Welcome to the Saturday preview show on PLZ Soccer's YouTube channel. I'm your host, Adam Binnie, joined by Alan Ruff and Tam McManus to discuss all of this weekend's big Scottish Premiership fixtures. Tam, let's start with the biggest of them all, the Edinburgh derby, the first one of the season. Hibs unbeaten in 5. Nick Montgomery hasn't lost since taking charge. What would a win here do for him?
Listen, I think any Hibs manager that goes to Tynecastle and gets a win is going to be lauded. And listen, he started well. He's a bit disappointed probably last week not to get 3 points against Dundee. But if he goes to Tynecastle and wins the game, then the fans will think, oh, he's a real deal. So I'm going to go for Hibs to win this. I don't know. I've got a feeling for Hibs. I think they've got a lot of options up front. I think that Hearts have been hit and miss this season. So I think that Hibs can go and get a result. I'm going to go for 2-1 to Hibs.
Ruffy, this is a bit of a strange one because it feels like it's been a long time since we've had an Edinburgh derby where both teams are playing well, because it was a big week for Hearts last week as well. 2 huge victories. How do you see it going?
Yeah, that's why I think this is it's quite a tight one. You're right. Hearts are winning games, not by a lot, but they're winning them. Hibs have got their act together. Obviously, home advantage have a lot to play in it, but I think we're in for a right cracker. I think it's going to be a really good game. Both teams going for it, but unfortunately, I'm going to sit in the fence and go 1 each.
Of course, yes. Celtic versus Kilmarnock, another big game this weekend. Heartbreak for Celtic. Midweek, Can they bounce back? Do you fully expect them to do so?
Yeah, I think so. I think they've got enough players in the squad, to fill in. Kilmarnock have done particularly well a couple of times. They went to Parkhead, but not for me. I think Celtic got back on the rails. I think Kilmarnock have been losing some late goals as well, but I think it's the first half that's going to be crucial for them if they can keep it tight. But I think in the end Celtic will run out winners.
Tam, what about Kilmarnock? I don't think they've actually won a game since they last beat Celtic in the Viaplay Cup. They seem to do better against the bigger sides. Could that help them?
I think at home, Adam, probably they're stronger at home. The AstroTurf, it's a difficult place to go rugby park. I think at Parkhead, Celtic will be smarting from that game during the week. Listen, they deserved at least a point from the game. They didn't get it. There's been a few fingers pointed in terms of the forwards, the strikers not doing enough, and I think that they'll bounce back against Kilmarnock. And I see Celtic win this game comfortably 3-0. But I think Kilmarnock might make it tough, for maybe half an hour, 40 minutes. But I think that Celtic will run out comfortable winners. Yeah,
been a while since Kilmarnock got a victory. The same for Motherwell. They also kind of started the league very, very well. 3 defeats in a row for them. They take on Livingston this weekend. Do you think that's a good opportunity for them to get themselves back on track?
Yeah, I think it is. I think that Motherwell have been unlucky the last couple of games. I think against Rangers in particular, they should have got a point out of the game. Celtic, they've got a point snatched from their grasp in the final minute. So I don't think their performances have been that bad. Obviously the results have not been great, but I think this is a great opportunity for Motherwell to bounce back. I think Livingston this season will be in the bottom 2 or 3. Motherwell I would expect to be in the top 6. So if the confidence has not been dented too much for Motherwell from the last couple of results, I would expect Motherwell to go and win the game.
Plenty of draws for Livingston this season. Roughly, the only teams to beat them have been the 2 Old Firm sides, but only one game. How important is it at home this weekend to try and change that?
It is actually. The home games are where they get survival. If they get 3 points at home, they'll move away from the bottom of the league. They are stubborn. They're picking up points left, right, and centre, which I'm sure they'll be quite happy with most weeks, but not tomorrow. I think they've got to get the 3 points in this one. And Tam says Motherwell have been really quite unlucky in the last couple of games, but I think they've had their good spell, so they'll have to really fight for this one tomorrow.
Yeah, Dundee will also take on Ross County at Dens tomorrow. Both of these sides on 7 points, but as are Livingston and Kilmarnock, these 4 teams all on the same points. When you think at the end of the season these teams might be the ones scrapping for that 11th relegation playoff spot when they're playing each other, is it really important to take points off each other in these games?
Of course it is, because there's going to come a stage in the league, depending on the fixtures and results, there is going to be 3 teams down there for the rest of the season. That's the way it always pans out. Sometimes you're fortunate that the bottom team isn't sort of miles away from you, so you can sort of hang on into their coattails, but I certainly think there are certain teams out there. I've said Dundee right at the start. They're picking up points, wee points here and there, which could be survival. But home advantage tomorrow, if they were to win that one, I think they would state that they're not going to be down there.
Yeah. Tam, is this a game that when we get to the end of the season could look back on and think that kept them up?
Yeah, I think this is a big game for Dundee actually. I think the great result last week against Hibs at Easter Road could have nicked it at the end. Defended really well. They're not losing a lot of goals. They're quite solid defensively. Ross County, they're in a bad run at the minute. Aberdeen have beat them back to back. I think Dundee can win this game. I'm going to go for a home win. I think that Dundee have got plenty of energy, plenty of legs. They've got that excitement, that confidence of coming up into the Premier League. And I think they might have just too much for Ross County, so I'm going to go for 2-1 to Dundee.
We'll move on to the games on Sunday. First of all, St Mirren versus Rangers. It's been a terrible week for Rangers. Quite embarrassing. It seems to be a club in crisis. Do you think St Mirren will fancy their chances this weekend?
Absolutely. My brother-in-law's a St Mirren fan, and I was getting a text last night. I think this is going to be a difficult game for Rangers. A lot of people will expect Rangers to bounce back. I don't. I think St Mirren could win this game. I think that St Mirren have been very, very strong at home under Stephen Robinson. They've got a settled team. Rangers, a lot of travelling back into, I've not got a manager yet. Getting a lot of stick for the supporters. I think if this is a game where if St Mirren score first, I think the Rangers supporters will absolutely slaughter the players. So I'm going to... I was thinking about a draw in this game, but I'm going to stick my neck out and go for a home win, because I just think St Mirren are capable of beating Rangers. I think they're 6 or 7-1 with the bookies. I think that's not a bad bet, so I would go for St Mirren to win 2-1.
Ruffy, what do these Rangers players need to do? Because you saw it on Thursday night that the fans seem to have turned on them, and they need a big performance this weekend to try and turn that.
Yeah, I think Steve Davis has got a big job in his hands, in the dressing room. He's got to galvanise them together. He's got to say all the right things. I mean, last night was an absolute shambles, so you've got to say that they have got some quality players in that Rangers team who've got to come out, and show some of the form that everybody is expecting of them. I think they will. I know St Mirren, Tam's right, St Mirren are doing fantastic. What a great season they're having, where they are in the league table. You can't dispute that. I just find Rangers will find a way to win this one.
Yeah, final game of the weekend is Aberdeen versus St Johnstone at Pittodrie. The Dons were quite unlucky on Thursday night against Helsinki, but they put a lot of effort into that game. Do you think that could be a disadvantage coming into this one?
Yeah, I think it will be a bit of disadvantage, but they're at home. I think the crowd went away quite happy. There'll be a large crowd expecting a win. St Johnstone are looking for a goal scorer, that haven't found one this season yet. I still think Aberdeen are too strong. I think they'll go up there. Well, they are up there, aren't they? And I think that they'll win it, I think, quite comfortable in the end. I know that team last night were quite stuffy. I don't think St Johnstone are anywhere near that quality. Yeah,
St Johnstone needs points, and they need them quickly, Tam.
Yeah, they do. I feel the worst for Steve McLean and St Johnstone. As Ruffy says, they've not got a goal scorer. They've got strikers up there who score in little bursts. Stevie May's probably one of them, and Nicky Clark, but they've not really, hit their form this season. I agree with Ruffy. I think Aberdeen can win this comfortably. I was quite impressed with Aberdeen the other night. I thought the second half, they played really well. And if they can put that same kind of team out, I think at home with the fans behind them, I think they can win 2-0.
Let's go through the predictions game by game then. Start with yourself. We'll just go Tam Ruffy, each one. Right, Hibs versus Hearts.
2-1 Hibs.
1 each.
Celtic Kilmarnock.
2-0 Celtic.
3-0 Celtic.
Livingston Motherwell.
1 each.
2-1 Motherwell.
Dundee Ross County.
1 each.
2-1 Dundee.
St Mirren Rangers.
2-1 Rangers.
2-1 St Mirren.
Aberdeen St Johnstone.
2-0 Aberdeen.
Right. What you've all been waiting for now is a quiz. Right, I'm going to take the laptop onto the knee.
Any rugby questions? No.
Rugby questions? What show is this? Rugby questions, not a chance, Ruffy.
He's trying to find a way to beat me.
No, there was.
My knowledge is vast.
Okay.
What's the rule again? Just shouting it.
Just shout it.
Once. You only
once.
shout
If you shout out the wrong one, the other person gets the opportunity.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay. Question 1. Name the last Scottish club to win 2 European group stage games in a campaign.
Hearts.
Correct. 1-0 Ruffy. It was only last season. Right, who is the Scottish Premiership's current top goal scorer?
Ryogo?
Nope.
Skovsky.
Who?
The guy at Aberdeen.
No. Who? Don't tell him. Who?
Majowski.
It's not Majowski, unfortunately.
Who is it?
It's Matt O'Reilly with 5.
Wow.
Matt O'Reilly, yeah.
Did you call him there?
Majowski.
Didn't he? It was the first time you called him.
Majowski.
Tofsky or something like that.
Adamski.
Question 3. Who is Scotland's next international match against?
Spain.
1 each. 1 each.
Can't get it out. He can't get his false teeth opened.
This is terrible. Right, question 4. All level. 1 each. Where are Rangers in the Scottish Premiership table?
3rd.
Yes, Tam. 3rd. 2-1. Right, Ruffy, you need to salvage a draw here. How many Scottish Premiership clubs has Derek McInnes managed?
4.
3.
3.
St Johnstone, Aberdeen and Kilmarnock.
There you go. 3-1 Tam McManus. Fantastic.
Good start, I know.
No, Ruffy, Tam, thank you very much for playing. Thanks to everyone for listening and for watching as well. We hope you can join us all next week when Kerry's back.